Hey guys, my name is Haley, and long time no talk. There's been a lot of packing, a lot of putting in 2 weeks' notices and quitting jobs, which I have 2 more weeks of working. But I'm currently running a yard sale, which I'm sure I will get a clip of at some point. I'm not doing it right now because I am, in fact, still living at this house. And I will be sitting outside all day doing this for the next like 7 hours. So I'm going to sit here and see how many books I can read. I have two out with me right now, and I have some inside. My partner is doing a whole work meeting for the next many, many hours, so I just have time to sit here and read unless people show up. I also have stuff going on Facebook Marketplace, so I'll also be fielding all of that. But I'm currently reading The Music of What Happens. Maybe later in this vlog, I don't know how well this is going to do in the wind. Maybe later in this vlog, I will show more of what I have read in the last. Oh, something's flying away. I'll need to pick that up. I will show more of what I have read because I've read probably 5 or 6 books since the last time we spoke, mostly in the span of the days I was doing the yard sale last weekend. It's like those free yard sale weekends in your town. I don't know if that's a thing other places, but it is here in Ohio, and it's usually like the beginning of June. So yeah, I haven't vlogged anything since my birthday. The whole vlogging thing has not been happening, but we're gonna do this vlog, and maybe it'll just be me filming the yard sale day and whatever I get read today because it just started. So I'm gonna be here for a while. But yeah, I needed to intro the vlog, so here we are. But I am currently reading The Music of What Happens by Bill Consberg. That's about these two kids who run a food truck, and neither of them knows anything about how to do that. So that's where I'm at. That's my date today. Talk to you later. Dress is very, very popular. Very popular, especially on Marketplace. Hello, it is hours later, specifically like 2.5 hours later. I definitely have some sunburn. Yay, I really can't tell if this is blurry or not. These are like polarized sunglasses, but this is the situation. I just finished The Music of What Happens, and this was one of those hard-hitting contemporary, like queer contemporaries, and it made me want to go check out everything else by this author. So I think I'm going to see if my library has any of his other books. It says he's written at least a few other ones. I got this at a library book sale, like randomly a few months ago, and I had never heard of it. And I feel like I've heard of a lot of queer contemporaries, so whenever I see a new one that I've never seen or an author I've never heard of, I'm like, how did you slip by my radar? Especially if you're older. Like, this came out in 2019, I think. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This had a lot of hard topics, so trigger warnings for things like rape and a lot of microaggressions because one of the main characters is not white, as you can see, but it was very fitting to read out in the 80-degree weather because this is set in Arizona in the summer, and these two boys are running a food truck. Like, I felt very immersed in this story, seeing as it's incredibly hot right now, and this whole book was very, very descriptive about the heat, the oppressive heat of Arizona. Also put me in the thought process of I am out where we're moving is out west, and I'm not looking forward to doing that in the middle of the summer. I've also had to keep telling people at work because they keep asking me like, where are you going, since I put my notice in the other week, and they're all like, oh, it's gonna be hot. Yeah, it is, thank you. But anyway, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 4 something. I'm going to start Bleeding Rainbows and Other Broken Spectrums. This I picked up from the author at a book festival in Akron several months ago, earlier this year, and I've been wanting to read it. I believe this is short form like poetry and stuff, it is also rainbow, if you can see from the pages, and I think this will be a quick read. So that's gonna pick up next. I'm out here for another like 3 hours or so, so I'm hydrating, don't worry. I've had like 3 electrolyte drinks. I am hungry though. And the main reason I'm doing this by myself is because my partner has been on a work related call all day. So I think we're gonna do this for a little bit tomorrow too. I think I'm probably gonna extend this vlog through the weekend, because that's my issue, is I have to start the vlog or I will not film anything. I'm always really bad at like just starting things. So yeah, I'm starting to peel from sitting out in the sun, which is why I have the umbrella and the table this time, because we had this yard sale last weekend too, and it rained some of the weekends, so they extended it to this weekend. And I definitely got sunburnt last time, and even with this shade, I'm still getting quite a bit of a tan line, as you can see. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here and read my other little queer book. I've actually had quite a few people show up over the last couple of hours, like way more than we had last weekend, probably due to the weather. It is really nice today. We are supposed to get hit with a heat wave starting tomorrow through like all of next week. I'm not looking forward to that. It's like the universe is trying to prepare me for like Western summers. Also later, we had a crazy, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Sorry, I'm just chatting now. We had what I think is pronounced a derecho. It's essentially a tornado, but like a wall of storms instead of like a spiral of storms like a tornado is. We had one of those the other night, and it knocked down a tree in our backyard, and quite literally the tree landed between these 2 houses here, and it was terrifying. And it happened in the middle of the night while I was trying to go to bed, and I had to go to work the next morning, so it was not a good time. Do not recommend. But yeah, I'm gonna go read. I will show you that tree for fun in the backyard later, or I'll put a picture up, maybe both, we'll see. But yes, I'm gonna get back to reading, because this is the only way I'm being productive, is by vlogging and forcing myself to sit and read while I'm out of here. Hello. I think the last thing I said to you all was that I was going to read this, which I did in the span of like 45 minutes. This is a queer exploration. I remember the author telling me when I got it, because I picked it up from them in person. I remember them telling me about the pink triangle being used during the Holocaust against queer people, which was a thing I had learned about before, and how he used that as imagery in his exploration of this story. I feel like poetry in general is up for interpretation for a lot of ways, but I got the impression that this was the author Maxwell working through a abusive relationship. Again, if the camera is blurry, I can't tell. I can't see anything. It's bright out here. But I believe this was Maxwell working through an abusive relationship, and then the healing process that goes along with it towards the end. And each little color section is like its own step of the journey. So yes, I read this. I read this in like 45 minutes. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I would read other things by this author. I also quite enjoyed meeting him. And then I very quickly read the 50 pages of Incorrect Eyes by Andromeda Ruins. This is another author that I met at the same event. They were both queer authors, and my sunglasses are not cooperating. And this, I literally saw it at the other table and was like, is that religious trauma that I see? And they were like, yes. He was like, yes, this is religious trauma. And I was like, I need it. And I bought it. And it's windy. I don't know how much this mic is going to pick up the wind. There keep being like really aggressive wind gusts. It's kind of terrifying, especially since I have so much stuff outside. I'm so sunburnt. I'm so tired. Anyways, I read the 50 pages of this. This is a horror about biblically accurate angels. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I loved it. This is my favorite type of horror. I gave it 5 stars. And I'm very excited to read this author's other books that I picked up when... What is the name of that other series? I could go get it, but I am on yard sale duty. They have the other book that I bought, the Call Me Icarus novels. I have the first one of those, so I'm hoping to get to that in the next week. We only have like a week and some change. I think it's like 9 more days of June, and I have been reading Bloomtown for the last, I want to say 2 weeks. I've been reading it on my break at work, so literally like 30-minute increments for the last 2 weeks. And I'm loving it. It's going to be on my favorite books of the year, absolutely, because if you had told me, oh, you'll enjoy a lesbian Western, I would have been like, Western. I was wrong, and this is fantastic, and it's probably going to be on my favorite books of the year. And the only reason I haven't finished it is because I really haven't read anything outside of work in the last 2 weeks because I've been packing most of the time, which is why I've read 3 books today. So I'm hoping to finish this. I think I only have like 100 or so pages left. And that's what I'm going to do while I sit out here for the last hour or so of the yard sale. And then we'll see what I get up to tonight after the fact. And we'll see how burnt I end up being. And plot twist, I never ended that vlog. And I have already moved cross country. So I'm just jumping in here to say that I read literally like 1 book after that. I don't even know what it was. I think it was like literally a single book that I read by the end of that vlog. So I'm just coming here to wrap it up because I'm starting to film videos both with the new mic and in my new place. So sorry for the abrupt end to the vlog, but I tried. And I will start another one very soon, hopefully. But thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.